the character's background.
Wait, hold up. I'm fucking retarded because here's the thing, guys. I also forgot to unmute my desktop audio and my microphone audio. So I gotta do I gotta do an official announcement. What up, guys? It's your boy. I'm gonna sum it up. It's your boy Pop with Mist. Mist is a fucking idiot because he tried telling me my live stream wasn't working when it was. Now we're gonna be doing
coming from the same guy who forgot to unmute his shit.
Now we're doing a Naruto debate. We're talking about, our first topic is Tobirama versus Kisame, you know what I'm saying? We're continuing off the last Naruto debate. We talked about plethora of characters. Now we're going through the last amount of Litty topics. Take it away, Mist.
Alright, so the first fight we're going to be discussing is the second Hokage, Mr. Whitehair, Mr. Uchiha Hater, Mr.
Donald Trump.
Again by getting rid of all the Uchiha, Tobirama Senju.
Donald Trump looking ass.
Versus the tailless tailed beast, Kisame Hoshigaki, the wielder of Samayada, the shark skin, chakra devourer, feared amongst all nations.
And you know, I'm gonna have to talk about these a little bit. So both these characters are fucking legendary, man. Now, I'm not sure what Miss is thinking. I don't know who he's voting for. And, you know, like, I've seen this topic many times back in the day. And honestly, like, I don't know, I'm really have mixed opinions about this. I really like Tobirama more as the character, so I'm a little biased towards him. But, in my opinion, I'm going to start this off. I'm going to throw it back to Mist. I think, I genuinely think Tobirama would have this. Mist, take it away, sir.
All right. So, you think Tobirama's got it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, I'm going to take up the opposite position, but I also believe he would win anyway. I'm going to take up Kisame's side.
No. I don't mean to be that guy, but that girl just gave me her number.
Nice.
All right, go out.
So, I'm going to go with Kisame Hoshigaki. Now, there is a reason why, and it's a hard decision to make between the two in general. But I think I would have Kisame barely winning out against him. I think the battle would come down to the last final moves between the two. I don't think it would be a stomp either way. I think it would come down to a final move or two between the two.
So you think it'll be a very, very close match, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I think it would be very close. Very, very close.
Okay.
Do you think it'd be close, or do you think it'd be one-sided?
Oh, it's definitely not going to be one-sided. This is definitely going to be a tough battle for both opponents. I don't think nobody is destroying nobody. Now, obviously, you have, I will say this, you got really specific fucking variables that come into play, and this is just to go over brief things like Kisame's ultimate form, you know, his tail beast form, and whether or not are we allowing Tobirama to have the reanimation jutsu. If that's the case, bro, we really could say, hey, Tobirama could bust out some crazy motherfucker who could easily beat Kisame's ass, and that would be it. So that being said, what can we say about Kisame's tailless tail beast state and his Tobirama's reanimation jutsu Weedle?
So I don't think I'm misremembering this, but I believe Tobirama, he did invent the reanimation technique. That is true. However, at the same time, you have to remember it's incomplete. It is strong, but it is incomplete. Tobirama can summon people, but it has not been shown that he could control them. So whoever he summons, it would have to be somebody that he could control or listen to him. And they would have to be able to, they would have to follow him essentially.
You still have help? Oh yeah, so that is a I forgot about that point, and that is a great point made by Weedle, because I forgot. Yeah, Toby Ram, like his own Edo Tensei or his own reanimation jutsu, it wasn't perfect, which I totally forgot about. Kabuto was the one who perfected the Edo Tensei. Now that's a whole different fucking topic of its own. But Toby Rama's version of Edo Tensei, it was kind of pretty much watered down. Any character he summoned was basically like, it was like a half, I don't know if I want to say half-assed, but like any character or person that he summoned was like a half-assed version of like the original. Like we seen in part 1 with Orochimaru fighting the third Hokage, rest in peace, Hiruzen Sarutobi. When Orochimaru summoned he summoned Toby Rama, and he summoned Hashirama. Those were, listen, those guys were really fucking watered down. If Kabuto summoned fucking Hashirama and Toby Rama, and they were at their full power, they would have fucked the whole village. They probably would have fucked the whole world up. But, so, yeah, like, you get the point. Toby Rama's version of Edo Tensei is like, it's kind of weak. Or maybe not weak, but I don't think we never really seen him full potential. I think we could say it was probably as strong as how Orochimaru used it against the third Hokage, Weedle.
Sorry, what was that?
I think, okay, so the way Orochimaru used Edo Tensei against Hiruzen Sarutobi is probably the same way that Toby Rama had it, or the same as Toby Rama's version.
I would say no. I'd probably say it was different in most ways, probably, because you have to remember, Orochimaru, when he like descended like into madness, like when he started, like when Hiruzen found him, like the day Orochimaru left the village, he was found operating on bodies to find he was always working on shit. So to say that his reanimation technique and Toby Rama's animation technique, to say they were the same, I would think Orochimaru had perfected it a little bit more, considering all the research he did since he had left the village. Now, I don't think it was complete by any means, but I think it would be. I think it would have been a little bit further along than what Toby Rama would have had.
I think I could agree with that. I mean, well, the thing with that is like we probably don't know 100% for sure. I mean, I think we can because I don't know, because Orochimaru was known for stealing and taking jutsu at the time. So I think we could probably assume that his version of the Edo Tensei was probably a little bit more refined than the second Hokage's or Toby Rama's. And another factor we got taken into consideration is if Toby Rama did use the Edo Tensei, who would he summon? And you know what the other problem is? Kisame's fucking sword, Samihara, absorbs jutsu like it's no tomorrow. So if any of his Edo Tensei tries using any jutsu towards Samihara, it's just gonna get absorbed, which that is a big problem I forgot about.
And also, what we did see in Shippuden is that Kisame can drain chakra from his opponents and feed it into himself, like what he did at the Waterfall of Truth when he was like merged with Samayada when it was biting onto B's arm, and he had the handle, and he absorbed pretty much most or a lot of B's chakra, and he was allowed to get back to like almost full strength because of it.
Yeah, that shit was fucking crazy, bro. Like at that point, in the show or that point in the series, that made Kisame really fucking strong. Like at that point, like you couldn't. Nobody could really beat fucking what's his face, Kisame, except for my guy and that whole like Leaf Village squad out of fucking Rock Lee, Naruto. I don't know if I think Tail B's Naruto could have beaten him when he gained control of it. But my guy was but really like my guy was like the perfect antidote for fucking Kisame. And that's kind of this is going a little off topic because but I gotta address it. Guy is like the real perfect counter to him. Like he's the complete opposite of what Kisame would fight. Guy doesn't use jutsu, so that's why he fucked him up. Straight taijutsu. Tobirama, he's good at taijutsu, but obviously he's a water style user. A lot of his jutsus use chakra, or it's gonna use chakra, like the water style. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be wise for Tobirama to go through a water battle against Kisame, considering the fact that Kisame can take his chakra. I think his main trump card would, have to resort to him using a Flying Thunder God. Now, Mist, what do you think about Tobirama using water jutsu against Kisame?
I think it would be the wrong move. I don't think he'd be able to do much about it. Well, there's a lot of things to take into consideration when it comes to Tobirama's jutsus. Most of them, generally speaking, are going to be water-based. He does have some jutsu that is not water-based. But if he goes for like a water battle, I don't see him winning any of that. And I think Kisame is too strong strong water techniques, and I think if they were to get into a water battle, and what this battle would ultimately come down to is the same way Kisame would handle it the same way he handled B. I think he would put up his water dome and with Tobirama in it. Now, there's two things Tobirama could theoretically do in this situation if Kisame were to put up his water dome. And it depends on what it is, or how much of it Tobirama has, because he does have his infinite exploding technique, right?
Yep.
So he could do that, but there's a lot of factors to take in with that as well. Let me look this up real quick. Okay, maybe that wouldn't work. The mutually multiplying explosive tags is a technique which forms part of a fighting style purposely designed for those who have been reincarnated, and employs the use of special explosive tags to create a near infinite series of explosions. By using their own body as a medium for the paper, the reincarnated individual creates several exploding tags formed from large sheets that each bear 5 seals on them. These special tags then attach themselves to the intended target, but just as they detonate, additional tags are created as these previous ones explode. This process is continuously repeated, leading to a near infinite chain reaction of consecutive explosions. By sacrificing to themselves, this technique can also be employed by a live individual.
And that's for Tobirama's jutsu.
Yeah, so maybe unless he was killing himself, maybe not. So, unless he's killing himself, he wouldn't be able to get out of the water dome. Because in that situation, everything's water around you. And Kisame in his tailed beast state is going to be able to absorb all that chakra. Pretty much any water jutsu he throws at him, Kisame's going to be able to absorb. So, I'm sorry, I might be jumping ahead of myself. Pop, how do you think this battle would start off?
Well, assuming Kisame and Tobirama to start with, they might just start in their base forms. Obviously, Kisame is gonna have his Samihara out, and Tobirama would have his Didn't Tobirama carry the sword? Well, he carried the sword back in the warring periods, but let's assume he just has like a Flying Thunder kunai in his hand. So he would have that in his hand. Fuck, man. Could we assume that they would start out with some taijutsu a little bit in the beginning?
Yeah, I think they'd do some close quarters combat.
Yeah. So I think. Hmm, I don't. Yeah. I don't know how much taijutsu will go down, but I do think a decent amount of taijutsu will go down because Kisame has been known to play around with swords, play around with Samihara a little bit. That's his style. Um, we're not going into this assuming that they don't know anything about each other, right?
No, they don't.
Okay. So yeah, I think some taijutsu will go down for a little bit, and here's what I think. Um, Kisame can't absorb any chakra from Tobirama if they're just doing taijutsu, right? Like he can't like fucking like if they're exchanging blows with his fucking kunai, like he can't take chakra on his fucking flying thunder god. I don't think so. Cause he's just hitting him with the kunai.
Um, let's take a look. Okay, although it continually consumes the chakra of its owner, its largest meals come from fights where it absorbs the chakra of opponents by slicing through it.
So, but Samihara, so slicing through chakra, right? Like direct chakra, like let's say like a jutsu or like a chakra cloak.
But I don't believe that's the case though, because when Kisame and Itachi fought the Four Tails, the Roshi guy, Kisame kept him on his sword
When he
while
fought,
his sword
wait,
was wrapped
when
up.
he fought who?
You remember the Four Tails,
Orochi?
the monkey? Yeah, the
Roshi?
guy,
Yeah,
yeah, the flame guy.
yeah, yeah.
Remember at the end, Kisame had him on top of his sword?
Yeah, I remember.
So with that, I mean, obviously they wouldn't want him waking up, so I think he'd have him at the end of his sword to drain his chakra to make sure it doesn't build back up, right?
Uh, well,
Be noted that it can nearly instantly absorb up to 6 of his tails at once. In fact, although B came into contact with the blade several times in his battle against Kisame, the sword drained nearly all of his chakra, causing the latter to resort solely on Yuki's.
okay. Well, I'm gonna chip in a little bit. I mean, I said like when they start off with some taijutsu, bro, like no,
Oh wait, hold up. Here we go. Um, as in all incident, all in, as in all instances where it has absorbed chakra, are when either the opponent had a visible aura around them or when direct physical contact had already been established.
when direct contact was established.
Yes. So if the sword comes in direct contact with their body, it's going to absorb some chakra.
Okay, and with that information said, I'm gonna chip in and give my points. with that being said, when they start off with taijutsu, assuming they don't know each other and they go at it, I Kisame, I'm gonna say this right up, straight up, bro. Kisame is not gonna land a single fucking hit on Toby motherfucking Rama when it comes to taijutsu. Toby Rama's leagues fucking faster than fucking Kisame. We can both agree on that. Like with that slow ass Samyata sword, he is not gonna hit him. Toby Rama, they're gonna be slicing and dashing. They're gonna be slicing and fighting. Toby Rama's gonna cut him. As fast as fucking Toby Rama is, he's definitely gonna cut Toby Kisame a few times. I don't know. Now, I kind of want to make the argument that Toby Rama could finish it off, because like really like, and because this is assuming they don't start using any jutsu whatsoever, and they just go, Toby Rama just goes straight taijutsu slash flying thunder god. I'm flying over there. I'm slashing you. Like Kisame would have to resort to doing something real quick. Like he would have to go into his mode real quick. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but Kisame can't go into that form unless he has like a shitload of chakra built up, right?
No, he can go into that anyway. I mean, if he's out of chakra, and probably not. But he
so assuming so assuming he has a normal amount of chakra as usual, he can go into that mode at any time.
I think so.
Okay, because you know, during the battle between him and Kisame, obviously Kisame absorbed a fuck ton of chakra from Killer B, that's how I assumed he went to his tail B state. But you know,
reading something real quick. So while the ability to absorb chakra is useful in defeating opponents, it is also beneficial to the user as well. Samyata has the ability to transfer the chakra it has absorbed to the wielder by partially fusing with them, so it can be used to either revitalize the wielder's chakra and stamina or instantly heal even fatal injuries. This makes the user of this sort extremely difficult to defeat conventionally. A wielder such as Kisame can take this fusion one step further by completely merging with Samyata. Doing so causes him to become much more shark-like in appearance, growing fins and webbed hands that allow him to move through the water with considerable ease. Kisame also receives some of Samyata's abilities while in this form, such as being able to extend spikes from his body or for offense, and absorbing chakra when other comes into direct contact with him, as well as the ability to track chakra and avoid sensors. It will fuse with a weakened or inexperienced wielder on its own accord, taking them over and causing them to go on a rampage until they are separated. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he can just merge with it naturally whenever he wants.
But I see. That being said, so when they're going out through taijutsu, and Kisame kind of realizes that he's fucked in the taijutsu department, I would definitely he would have to resort to going into that or doing something else. I really do, like I said, like I kind of do want to make the argument that if they're starting off with taijutsu and taijutsus alone, and they're both bloodlusted, even if Kisame's bloodlusted, like come on, bro, like as fast as fucking Toby Rama is, and he's used to fighting Uchiha, like Kisame's not gonna land a single hit on him. I mean, that's just being honest. Toby Rama's gonna cut him a good couple of times. And I'm gonna ask you this: is it possible that Toby Rama could potentially finish it off if he landed a good blow with the flying Raijin and fucking sliced his ass?
No, I think Toby Rama. How should I put this? He could dodge Kisame's attacks like all day. Sure, I'll give you that. But to actually kill Kisame, I don't believe that's possible.
Well, Kisame is definitely very killable. He's just very fucking durable. Like he's really durable. He's hard to kill, and he's got a lot of regeneration. But he's still mortal. He's still technically a human being. Well, I mean, he doesn't look like a human being, but he is still technically in the Naruto sense a human who can die. And I don't know. I mean, we've never. Here's the thing, bro. Like, because we've never seen like a real fight with him just using Samihara. I mean, we have, but like, if Kisame is just in his regular form, and somebody just lands like a clean slash on him, like through his neck or through his heart, and he's not in any type of special state, and fucking Tobirama didn't use any jutsu, he just used straight up a blade to cut him, like, I could really see that killing him. That's just my feeling. Now,
So why? So do you think Tobirama's flying thunder god is the same as Minato's?
it's definitely different. It's definitely different. I would definitely have to brush.
Hold on, let me ask another question.
Yeah.
Stay topic. Yeah, so Tobirama's fast, sure, but are you assuming he's like going all these different places because he's the same as Minato? Because like you can't teleport to Kunai like Minato can. He's fast, but he can't like just teleport all around Kisame all at once.
That is true. No, I don't think I probably did try. I probably implied it. I didn't flat out say he could use it like Minato. I probably implied it a little bit, but yeah, I did forget that it's definitely not the same as Minato's style of using it. But still, he's still definitely really fast. I would have to look it up. I have to brush my memory a little bit on how fucking he used on how Tobirama used his flying Raijin. Regardless, like, he was still really fucking fast. We saw what he did against Izuna, Madara's brother, Izuna Uchiha, when fucking Izuna tried using the Sharingan to track his kunai, and fucking Tobirama just blitzed his ass. Like, we've seen that before, and that was against an Uchiha who can see shit coming really fast. But as far as his like overall flying Raijin capability, I would have to look that up. I gotta brush my memory on that. Even then, like, I am still within the opinion of Kisame is not going to hit him with Samihara at all. Like, he's not going to scratch him.
So my next question for you is Kisame, whenever Tobirama gets close, why wouldn't Kisame set up, like, you're assuming Kisame would just stand there defenseless, like he wouldn't be able to do anything. I mean, if
he's
they,
not,
if he was
I'm not saying he's defenseless. I'm saying
and just stuck to taijutsu, which wouldn't make any sense. I mean, sure, but that's a very big hypothetical there. Like, what if just Kisame never used any ninjutsu in his fights? You know, it's like, well, that's not true because he's always going to use ninjutsu, especially if he sees an opponent is very fast. He's definitely going to use it pretty quickly. Now, when it comes to his sword, yeah, sure, I could see him not really landing almost anything with it. However, he does have his ninjutsu to help him with this. So, you could say if the sword is fused with Kisame, so if the sword is fused with him, Kisame gains some of its powers. That being said, one of the powers of Samiyata is if anybody comes into contact with it, they will have their chakra stolen. So, if Minato is blitzing him and punching him and all that, he is going to be draining his chakra too by simply touching Kisame.
Wait, but I thought, we looked it up earlier and it said Kisame would have to directly touch Tobirama with the sword to absorb chakra, though.
What I'm saying is if Kisame fuses with his sword, not like to the shark state, but fuses with it, and Tobirama touches him while he's fused with his sword, Tobirama is going to get his chakra stolen.
Oh yeah, I like that's definitely within the realm of possibility. And to respond back to your earlier argument about, of course, it's like a hypothetical that Kisame would just stay using taijutsu. Of course, that was a hypothetical. I'm assuming I was going by, like, obviously everything is a hypothetical, but I was assuming that, like, a lot of characters do start at taijutsu. Kisame has a very long history starting out with taijutsu slash fighting with a sword. We've seen him use it against Kakashi, Guy, Kurenai, Asuma. In part one, we saw him use it against kinda against Naruto when he stole his chakra. I mean, maybe you wouldn't count that, but he used his sword against fucking Suigetsu. Even though they weren't fighting for real, but like Kisame has a history of, you know, starting out not going super guns a-blazing. And he does do ninjutsu at times. And like, you know, like, and he does use a little bit of ninjutsu, like water shark bomb jutsu. But he definitely does.
Uses a lot of
Oh, yeah, but he definitely doesn't go out guns a blazing. You know, that's not like
no,
that. That's something he does.
Start a fight with his ultimate jutsu. No.
That's something he doesn't do until he's pushed to his limits. Or like the absorbing with the sword, that's not something he'll do until like quite a bit later on. Kisame's water shark bomb jutsu would absorb Tobirama's water jutsu, right?
Correct. I mean, just in general, Kisame would already absorb the water jutsu, but yes, that would also absorb it as well.
Yeah, so that's like so we're going at like, so they're starting off with, they obviously start off with taijutsu a little bit, and that's assuming, you know, we'll say, okay, Tobirama, you know, didn't finish him off, but he definitely bruised and scratched Kisame a little bit, and at that point, Kisame is gonna have to resort to something different. Tobirama might try to use a jutsu, and once Tobirama sees that Kisame takes his chakra, I'll have to admit, Tobirama's gonna be a little confused, or if he's gonna be in a bit of trouble, he's gonna realize, okay, something's up. Like, he can take my chakra, like, I gotta do something else. So I'll give you that. Like, him being able to take away chakra, like, that's definitely a big point in the fight. If you want to add anything else, feel free.
Sure. Let's see what was I gonna say? Also, when it comes to Tobirama, so Kisame is a durable motherfucker. We've seen him get up time and time again after getting hit with some powerful shit. Kisame had his Kisame got hit with an afternoon guy's Hirodora point blank and did not fucking die. That was point blank. Literally, his finger was pretty much to his fucking chest, and Kisame did not fucking die, though we saw the aftershock of it with Naruto and the rest of the gang. So that didn't kill him, right?
Uh-huh.
Kisame, I believe, also had his didn't Kisame also have his chest blown open?
I think, wait, that was wasn't that against Killer B?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. Wait, let me look this up real quick.
Also, if you don't mind, I got a quick take a piss.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, I did a little bit of googling while you were away. So yeah, in Kisame in his base form, pretty much pretty much had his chest blown open by B and was able to regenerate. So that being said, would you do you think a simple sword would be able to just kill him, like you're saying it would? So Kisame had literally had his chest blown open in his base form against B, right? Tobirama has a small sword. Do you think? Do you think? And do you think by Toby? Because you can say what you want, but B, he's gonna. It doesn't matter if he uses chakra or not. Kisame is gonna steal his chakra no matter what, though. Again, it doesn't matter if he hits him or not. If he touches Kisame in any way, shape, or form, he's gonna have his chakra stolen. Yes, because if he comes in contact with Kisame's skin, that will, if he is even partially fused with Samayada, that would steal his chakra. Because how it works is if the user comes into direct contact with Samayada, so if Samayada is fused with somebody, that person is part of Samayada now. So that means whenever Tobirama touches Kisame, he is partially fused with Samayada. So that would mean his chakra gets stolen because he comes into contact with Samayada. So with do you think he wouldn't didn't hit a fuck? Out of curiosity, real quick, what factual evidence do you have against that? Like what? So if we go look at the battles that they had, right? So we look at yeah, so we look at their battles. We look at Shippuden, right? So first battle, that was not even Kisame though, in their first battle. Remember at the end they were shown no in Shippuden when guys Kisame, it wasn't actually Kisame. It was like 30% power of Kisame like into somebody else. So you're talking about when they were later on in Shippuden then. Seventh, I think. But even then, my point still stands. What did Guy do during that fight that made him come into contact with Kisame while he was with Samiata? But what taijutsu moves did he do? Yes, and I'm asking you, when in that fight did Guy use taijutsu to hit Kisame? When? The whole fight. What are you talking about? Their whole fight. Their whole fight was when Guy was thrown to go after Kisame, who was running away with the missive or like the message about like the island, right? And he catches up to Kisame in the fucking ocean or whatever. And then Kisame launches his water shark bomb jutsu at him, and Guy uses Hirodora. So at what point do, unless I'm misremembering, fucking stop me, but at no point during that does that involve Guy physically touching Kisame, right? When? 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 When did he do that? If I remember correctly, during that fight, I'm kind of going off of memory here too, but I could have sworn Kisame called in sharks to go against him or something. Maybe I'm misremembering that. And then, if Guy uses a Sakujaku to stop all the sharks from getting away. Yep, and then Kisame uses his water shark bomb jutsu and launches it at Guy, and then Guy uses Hirodora underwater. And since the water shark bomb jutsu works as it absorbs chakra, it gets bigger and gets stronger. Since there was no chakra to have or to absorb, it was blown away by the non-chakra Hirodora. Yep, he summons in the tortoise, and then he jumps off the tortoise and gets to the ocean. Once he hits the ocean, I'm literally watching this on my computer. He uses a Sakujaku to stop the sharks from getting away, right? And then after that, he's in the water, and then Kisame launches his water shark bomb jutsu at him as Guy gets opens more gates, I think. And then Kisame launches water shark bomb jutsu. Guy uses Hirodora. They don't ever touch each other while Kisame has Sameata on him. It's a fast punch that launches air forward. That doesn't that doesn't make any point. Because if he launches here, it's a burst of air. It's a burst of air, not a. It's a punch that's so fast it launches that air at Kisame. That's not the punch hitting Kisame. That's the air that it generates. So my point still stands that yes, everybody has chakra. That's true, and you're right. However, Guy never touched Kisame ever until after the fight, where Kisame was already separated from Samayada. To which point he was like already defeated, and then yeah, no, because Kisame by himself can't just absorb chakra. He needs Samayada to do that. He needs to be wielding Samayada. Yeah. Let me see. Mm, there was something somebody was saying. While holding Samayada, he can absorb chakra as long as right. While holding Samayada, he can absorb chakra as long as the sword is in possession. The opponent is making contact with him. Uh, trying to see here. Wait a minute. He wasn't holding Samayada during that, was he? Somebody's saying, I go through his skin now. I'm like reading through like a small thread. It wouldn't make sense though. I never said if he is only physically touched. If he is fused with Samayata in any sort of sense, wouldn't that make sense? Why do you think he looks like a fish in general? Because if his full transformation, right? Hold on. If his full transformation is him turning into a shark when he's fully fused with it, you think something could make it so, he's almost permanent so long as he's almost permanently fused with it in some sort of way? Probably they probably created them to go along with Samayata, and they just never fucking bothered with it. But it does beg the question, did Samayata have some sort of effect with that? That is a reasonable question because nobody else looks like a fucking shark or fish or whatever in Naruto until I get to Boruto. But I will say, or I keep saying I want to say this, I still have to explain what I'm trying to do here. Yeah. So with this, I would say it would make
Wait,
sense that if he is touched while
I
he's
just
fused with
realized
some.
my
What?
microphone was muted again. Oh my god! Hey,
Oh, I
bro.
feel bad for you, fucking audience.
Oh my god. Oh,
You're gonna have to come over to my stream and watch it fucking from now on, you dummy.
wait. Oh, so that's I will say this. I had one guy commenting my shit. That was pretty much it. I don't think I saw anybody else. Uh, but that's. Oh yeah, when I came back from that piss, bro, like, my shit was on fucking mute. Fuck. That's a bad. That is such a bad habit. That is a big L. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know what to say, bro. Okay. Uh, I feel like, hey guys, I feel like Miss is going through some awkward silence.
I'm just extremely disappointed in you, my son.
I'm just saying. Okay, so anybody who's still watching my show, I'm just saying, like, still, I looked it up in the past before too. Like there was no real explanation as to why Kisame looked the way he looked, even before he had the Samihara. Like when he killed, before he killed the fucking the guy who carried the guy who carried Samihara. And the big fat guy, the really big dude, like he still looked like a shark. He still looked like a fish. And of course, like when Kisame is fused with Samihara, of course, like that's when, like, if somebody comes into contact with him, of course he can take chakra. Like I'm not doubting that, but I'm talking about like in this regular base, and it's kind of like I'm talking about what?
I do have a point to make here. So, as we saw, when Samehada was touching, or when it was Kisame wasn't fused with Samehada, right? But when Samehada bit Killer Bee and Kisame absorbed his chakra through that, even though it wasn't fused with him, wouldn't it make sense if it was fused with him in any sort of way? If somebody touched him, they are touching the sword because they're touching him and he is fused with the sword. So wouldn't that make sense that he would be able to do that if he was touched physically while he's partially fused with the sword? Not like shark mode, but
no. I get what you're saying, but I'm like, dude, what I'm getting at is like I'm talking about like when they're first starting off, and this Kisame just has the sword in bandages, and he's just swinging it and he's hitting it like he's not. I don't think he was fused with Samihara at that point. Not even a little bit, like not like that. Like he has the sword and he has like the fucking connection, but like he's not fused with them to the point where like I think fucking people are punching him like we saw my guy punch him in part 1. Like I don't think he's taking chakra. I don't think that's the case, bro. If he just has the sword wrapped up in bandages, like just straight up this entire jutsu. Now I 100% agree with you. Like if he's fused up a little bit, like we've seen against him in Kill B, and not even full transformation, but with a little bit of fusion, I agree. But it just starting out like with no fusion, like no, I don't think like Kisame will take somebody's chakra if somebody punches him. Like I don't think that's the case when he's not fused. That's my thing.
He doesn't even have to be fused. I'll say fuck it. I'll say when he's holding Samehada, he could still do it.
Where's the proof? We don't see proof of that.
Where's not the proof?
Oh, you can't. What's that one saying? You can't disprove something. You can't disprove. Oh, I'm trying to find that fucking. There's this one good fucking saying. But just because you can't prove something doesn't mean that you can prove it. Okay? That's like asking fucking, I don't know, can Itachi's dad use fucking Amaterasu? We don't fucking know. I mean, he has the Mangekyo Sharingan and we haven't seen him use it, but okay, we haven't seen him use it, but that doesn't mean he can't use it. Like if we're going based on like that's not good logic. If we're talking about when he just has a sword wrapped up in...
From all the shit that we've seen with Kisame, I think it just naturally makes sense. If he's...
But we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it.
Because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not true. You have to take everything that you've seen so far and put it all together, right?
We are putting... Listen, but we did kind of see it because when Asuma and a guy touched him in part 1, he didn't take any chakra, did he? And he wasn't in.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
What happened in part 1 when he slashed Asuma? Did Asuma say, "Oh man, I'm so tired now"? He took my chakra. No, he didn't.
Oh, because there was a chakra blade. The chakra blade. That's why. When guy punched him, when guy kicked him in his face, I don't think guy was like, "Oh man, like I feel a little weak. Oh my god." Oh my goodness!
But you're not. But what about my other point though? With Asuma, he sliced Asuma's arm because theoretically that should have stolen a chunk of his chakra, but it didn't.
Yes. Wait. How did we? I'm pretty sure it did because Samihada itself absorbs chakra.
Yeah. Afterwards, did you ever hear Asuma be like, "Oh man, he took a bunch of my chakra. Oh man, I feel so weak now." He didn't.
He did. He was like, Wait.
Oh, he had his arm cut and that was it. He didn't feel weak. Or he didn't say like, "Oh my God, he stole my chakra" or anything. There's no hint that Kisame Sword stole his chakra.
Well, even then, that just proves my point. Like, even if in case somebody touches somebody with the Samihara, that doesn't automatically take his chakra. Well, and here's the thing, too. Maybe it did take a little bit of his chakra. Obviously, not a lot of chakra, but a little bit, a decent
Coming
amount.
into direct contact with his sword automatically steals your chakra.
Mr. Wheel, I'm at objection. Like I said, we're going back and forth with this. If we're taking somebody like Tobirama, they're going with taijutsu in the beginning, and Samba.
Okay,
like,
you know what? Let's say fuck it and move it past the taijutsu. I don't think we're getting anywhere on it. What's Tobirama gonna do in the ninjutsu battle? What's he gonna do against the water dome? This is what I want to know. Let's say fuck it. Let's say Kisame says, you know what? Fuck it. You're a strong opponent. I'm gonna use my water dome. I'm gonna fuse with Sameado. What's Tobirama gonna do?
Listen, with the two exchange water jutsus, they're gonna start the fight. They're gonna realize that like them using water style jutsu is useless, and they're gonna have to resort to using fucking melee combat.
Oh yeah, I just asked you, what is he gonna do if Kisame throws up, if he fuses with Sameado fully and throws up his water dome? What is Tobirama gonna theoretically do?
Okay, but why are we assuming that he's just gonna go into that and Tobirama?
At some point, it's gonna have to go to it. So I mean, it might as well just skip to it now. What's Tobirama gonna do to get out of it?
Okay, but that's like saying, okay, like Tobirama can summon Hashirama, and then Hashirama. Why not?
Where's Tobirama gonna get a random dead body to use to summon Hashirama?
He has his brother's cells, and he has the ability to use Edo Tensei.
You realize? Do you remember the end of that fight against the third Hokage versus Orochimaru and those and the second Hokage? Do you remember what happened?
With Orochimaru and what?
Remember when the Edo Tensei was undone at the end of the third Hokage versus Orochimaru? Remember what happened? The Edo Tensei, that is.
When the Edo Tensei was undone, what happened?
Do you know what happened?
No, you need to refresh my memory.
Okay, so when the second Hokage and first Hokage were released and it was undone, it was shown that they Orochimaru, Jesus Christ, used the Sound Ninja 3 as sacrificial pawns to summon them.
Wait, what happened?
At the end of the fight, when the Edo Tensei was undone and the first and second Hokage were freed, it was shown that Orochimaru had used some of the members of the Sound Ninja 3 to summon them because their corpses were there.
I'm sorry, I lost it. I lost.
Okay. Let me put in small word at end of fight, dead people go bye-bye.
Yeah.
More dead people show up in dead people place.
Yes.
So Orochimaru sacrificed the Sound Ninja 3.
He did.
Are the ones that were living it to summon Hashirama and Tobirama.
Yes, he did.
So I will ask you, where's Tobirama going to get a random dead body?
So where is he going to get the dead bodies to use the Edo Tensei? If Itachi was there, he could quickly blitz Itachi and turn Itachi. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, you're Itachi fanboy with that one.
Oh no, but so Tobirama did. Yeah, so yeah, Tobirama does need dead bodies to actually. Yeah, he needs dead bodies to use Edo Tensei. That's the thing. That is a real point. That is a very real point. You know what? We don't. I'm glad for you dumbing it down into small words for me. I'm a little on the slower side of things tonight. But here's the thing. How can we guarantee that Kisame can go into the water shark dome?
Because he has an enormous reserve of chakra anyway. So, I mean, with that, once he forms, he already has an enormous, we've seen examples of him showing that he has an enormous pool of chakra, right?
Yeah.
He has an ocean of chakra at his disposal, essentially. With that being said, it wouldn't take, I wouldn't say he needs to even absorb anybody's chakra, go full, like, one tail or fucking tailless tailed beast mode.
That is true. Okay.
This is also counting, naturally through the fight, he's going to absorb some of the second Hokage's chakra as well. So he can throw that into the mix as well.
Alright. Here's the thing. When Kisame does go into, his water dome, that would be a little bit of a problem for Tobirama, but what Tobirama will have to do is one simple trick. He will escape using the flying Raijin. And you know what he can do?
I'm gonna ask.
And you know what he can do?
Expecting you to ask. How are you gonna do that?
By throwing the kunai.
You realize Tobirama never did that, right?
Dude, what are you talking? Dude, you're smoking big. You're smoking crack, dude.
Hold on. Tobirama did do this in the anime. He did do it only after learning it from Minato.
That is true. But wait.
Pop.
He can still use the flying. He's still able to. He still has his own flying Raijin. Like he's still able to escape.
Well, how is he gonna escape with the flying Raijin? He needs somewhere to escape to.
He has the kunai.
I just told you he learned that from Minato during the fucking Shippuden, like during the Third War when he was
I'm gonna need some goddamn proof there, Sonny Buns.
Literally look it up. Literally look it up, my guy.
I'm gonna look it up right now, matter of fact. Jesus Christ. You're like a nagging wife. As he goes silent.
Minato used kunai to make the jutsu anchor portable. Tobirama had to independently mark anything he wanted to teleport to.
Wait, set up. I'm trying to read this.
Madara in the Fourth War after seeing Minato use it.
Hey, hold up. I'm bringing up some real sources from a real OG.
Like, Tobirama has all these crazy feats in the Fourth War, like being able to resist the reanimation jutsu through sheer power and, like, tagging Jubito multiple times, and then, like, doing all of this shit, warping around while Minato was too dazed and too scared to act. But then you find out he got killed by Kinkaku and Ginkaku after losing to them already. And
in his prime. So, and it's also like this, it's like... One of his best feats people bring up is his fight with Izuna, but it's like, how strong is Izuna really? Because Izuna was like an underling of Madara. It was basically like Tobirama, was under Hashirama, and then Izuna was under Madara. And it was like they both kind of had a similar relationship to both. They're just like rivals in that sense. By this point, Izuna didn't even have perfect Susanoo or anything. He wasn't even Bijou level. It's debatable whether or not he even had a Susanoo, because we never even see one. But even if you give him the benefit of the doubt, it's just like, that's just nowhere near anything in the war that Tobirama could have possibly fought in a weakened state.
Izuna is also possibly comparable to somebody like Kage-sama Sasuke, because they were both only like base MS users.
Can you not play that through your fucking mic?
And these.
Okay, so I am looking at this, and this is okay for anybody who's watching. And anybody who knows Naruto, who's a fan of Naruto, or the Naruto fanbase community, that was Swag Kage. Now, it does seem like Tobirama was maybe not all that before he was reanimated. but I gotta keep watching.
That he fought was presumably
Oh,
like
fucking
near
mute your
blindness
mic or
too.
some shit. Don't play that directly into your mic.
All right, fine. Let me just finish this up. No, I did. So I did watch a little bit of Swag Kage's video, and they were kind of.
Oh, you're back.
wait.
I fell asleep there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Listen, they tried shitting on Toby Rama a little bit, which I don't know why. Like, listen, Toby Rama, bro, was like, Toby Rama's a real fucking G from the streets. You know what I'm saying? He ran the streets, and he ran the damn universe. Okay, I will say this. We've seen what Toby Rama can do in Edo Tensei. Now, obviously, what the flying Raijin, like, it made, like, Minato made it better, but, like, still, like, we've seen, like, his other abilities, like, as an Edo Tensei that was not from Minato. Like, we've seen what he was able to do.
I'm asking you once again, what is Toby Rama gonna do once Kisame throws up the dome, the Thunderdome, and goes shark mode? What's Toby Rama gonna do? Because it's gonna happen.
He can move.
You can say it's not.
He can move. It will happen. He can move under. He can move underwater, right?
He can move underwater.
Yes.
You realize him swimming in water is going to greatly affect his flying Raijin speed, or his speed in general, right?
He can fly, bro. Listen, he can still move equally quick while underwater. We've seen that in the series.
Where?
During the Edo Tensei.
When the fuck was he like moving as fast as Kisame underwater?
As an Edo Tensei, man.
You're telling me when he was in Edo Tensei swimming underwater, he was faster than Kisame in shark form moving in water?
I'm not saying. Listen, it's still very debatable. Toby Rama's still really fast. Obviously, Kisame has the advantage. Kisame has the advantage.
Be a bit different.
Kisame has the advantage, but he's still pretty damn fast. And you gotta remember, Toby Rama still has the sword of the Thunder God that has electrical capabilities.
Where's he gonna pull that out from his ass?
He has it. Kisame.
Saying they have shit?
You know, Kisame's sword is known to betray him, right? You know, Kisame Samihara could smell Tobirama's chakra and leave him behind, right?
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
We see.
I want you to run that back and say that again so you can realize just how ridiculous of a statement that is. Say that again.
We've seen Kisame's sword give up on Kisame due to liking other niggas like Killer B. So when he senses Tobirama's chakra, like, it can betray Kisame.
You heard it here, folks. That's Pope's statement, and that's the one he's sticking with. That is that is quite the statement.
You know, Tobirama can summon a lot of water, right? He's able to summon an ocean.
You realize Kisame can summon pretty much the same at 30% power or 20% power.
How do we know
body
it's
double
20?
was it?
How do you know it's
Because
20?
it says so in the anime.
Well, fuck the anime. I'm going off the manga.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says it in the manga too.
Listen, what is Kisame gonna do against Flying Thunder God?
30%. It was 30% power.
What?
And what was that? It was 30% of his power transferred into that dude. And what was that dude able to do? In a fucking desert, he was able to summon like a lake or ocean of fucking water.
I forgot. But what is Kisame gonna do against Flying Thunder God, bro? Come on.
Do you realize how Flying Thunder God works?
I kinda, but I kinda forgot.
Okay, so you need a formula to make it work. So therefore, you need to mark something, tag it in order for it to work. So he can't just like openly teleport all around the battlefield by himself from nothing. He can't. We're assuming we're not going to go off of fucking Ito Tobirama. This is before Ito Tobirama. So he doesn't throw them onto kunai and throw kunai all over the place and imitate Minato. Since that doesn't work, he needs to individually mark something by itself, and then he has to teleport based off of that. Or at least that's what I'm assuming.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't pay attention to anything you said.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, at this point, bro, we could just make this a mute, like the Uchiha
But you're
versus
not
Senju.
fucking answering the goddamn question. What does Tobirama do if fucking Kisame throws up his fucking Thunderdome of fucking pain and goes full shark mode? What is Tobirama doing?
He's gonna summon Madara.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Alright, maybe, okay, listen. If Kisame went to the dorm, maybe Tobirama could die. But before then, I will say this: I'm pretty sure Tobirama could finish him off without fast using Flying Thunder God and cut his head off.
Oh, I also wanted to bring up this other point too.
Yes.
If they're in base form, sure, Tobirama can be fast. How the fuck is he going to use Flying Thunder God on fucking Kisame if he has to mark his target with it?
Wait, say that again.
So if the only way to use the Flying Thunder God technique is you have to like put a seal on something, this is Tobirama's version. You have to put a seal on it individually, and then teleport to it. How the fuck is he going to do that? Like, how is he using that against Kisame?
I lost attention again, bro. I'm on Reddit.
Take your fucking ADHD goddamn meds and pay attention. So Flying Thunder God.
Yes.
How is Tobirama going to use that if he has to specifically mark something with it first? How is he going to mark anywhere near Kisame if he has to get close like that?
dude, when they're fighting, bro, and how can Tobirama not mark him? He's so fast, he can fucking mark Kisame, and then boom, Tobirama can fucking slice him. Listen, I'll say this, like, with the water dome, like, Tobirama's probably fucked, but the point I was trying to get at, like, before all that, like, I mean, listen, bro.
But we both know it's not going to end like that. Kisame wouldn't allow it. In
It
every
can't, but
instance,
it can and very well much happen, bro. That's what you're not understanding,
okay,
bro.
well, you know what else can happen?
Guys,
Like,
brain,
fucking
bro.
Kisame can pull out his huge shark dick and he can fuck Tobirama in his ass.
I mean, that sounded pretty gay, and I don't think Kisame swung like that, so I don't think that would happen.
Oh, there's no proof of it not happening, so there you go.
Listen, do you think Kisame could beat Tobirama?
Yes.
You know, even Obito in Ten-Tail's form couldn't react to Tobirama, right?
You mean resummoned Tobirama, who had figured out the
Yeah,
flying technique because Minato showed him all the shit? That Tobirama?
Yeah, he still had his own.
Also enhanced by the Nine-Tails chakra, Tobirama?
He still had his own abilities prior to learning what Minato had.
Then again, you're going to fucking Ito Tobirama. This is not Ito Tobirama.
It's not Ito Tobirama, but listen. Here's the thing. A regular Hashirama still has the same powers even before he got reanimated. Same with Tobirama, except Tobirama learned a little something from Minato, but still, fucking Minato. Tobirama is a fast motherfucker. Jubito cannot react to him, bro.
That's because he used the fucking flying. He marked Obito. That's why he couldn't react to him.
So?
So?
You think it's that funny?
Honestly, just the way you delivered it was fucking hilarious. So,
Tobirama's reaction speed is so fucking ridiculous, and it was so when he fought Obito.
He can be fast. I'm not saying he's not fast, but the thing
Tobirama's
is,
also smarter. He's also smarter than Kisame too.
How is he smarter than Kisame? I'd say they're almost equivalent when it comes to strategy.
Okay, no, listen, Kisame wasn't dumb, but Tobirama's a fucking tat. Are you saying they're both equally as intelligent?
Wait.
Do I need to bring up the data books, bro?
What are you gathering this from?
Have you read the data books?
Are you giving me something to go off of here? Like,
listen,
what feats can you show? Like, that shows he is superior in knowledge that would help him in this fight against Kisame.
Isn't it just like a commonly known thing that Tobirama was one of the smartest fucking Kages, and like Kisame wasn't dumb, but Tobirama wasn't really
Kisame was hella smart though.
Tobirama was smarter.
But there needs to be some sort of like meaningful gap for that to matter.
How would Kisame be able to trick him, or I'll trick him, or I'll maneuver him before he gets sliced up by the all-knowing flying lightning?
So he was able to do that against B and the Raikage. He was able to do it by infiltrating the fucking Turtle Island by merging with Samayata. Like, he was able to like help Obito throughout the entire like war, like leading up to it, the Akatsuki, everything, fighting Guy, everything. Like, I don't fucking like get like what you're trying to say.
Tobirama has really good reaction time feed.
What does that have to do with how smart he is?
What do you mean? What does that have to do with how smart he is?
I just asked you to show me the feats to show that he's like somehow superiorly smarter than Kisame.
I'm gonna pull up the data book. See, at this point, I think this debate took way too much time, and we could have saw our differences and called this a tie.
I don't think it's gone on long enough. I think there's still more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the goddamn data book. I know it's on Naruto Wiki somewhere.
So I'm going to ask you this question. Why do you think Kisame says the stronger his opponent, the stronger he becomes?
We're not okay. Obviously, Toby Rama, if he uses jutsu against him, that we know that's gonna make him stronger. But I'm talking about Toby Rama using the flying Raijin.
But we've already discussed that.
I know, like we discussed about how he would slice his booty hole.
Good lord.
And I need to look this up a little more, but I'm pretty sure Toby Rama's flying Raijin was still pretty good even before Minato taught him.
Yeah, it was good, but it doesn't take away from the fact that he has to mark something, and he didn't come up with the kunai tactic, so it's not like he was throwing around kunai like fucking Minato.
So, oh god, we've been talking about these two whole ass niggas for an hour and a half. Fuck both of these niggas, they're both shitty. Toby Rama was an Uchiha hater, and Kisame was a wannabe shark. Do you have anybody watching your stream?
Does have one viewer?
Yeah, it says I got one viewer too. Fuck, man. I ain't gonna lie. I would want to be humble. Listen, I think like we stated this before, but my knowledge on Naruto has like really decreased over the years. So like me not like looking up shit or like me not watching the series. Like I don't remember much in Naruto. Like I do remember it, but like I don't like remember detail for detail of like Toby Rama and Kisame. Like I know what they do, but like I don't know like full on details of like how I could really be specific about it. Only when I really know detail for details, like specific characters like Itachi and fucking Sasori and some other characters, but Toby Rama and Kisame I don't really fuck with like that. So I mean I would want to be humble and say that you might have this, but due to my arrogance, I can't really say.
That's pretty much as close as we're gonna get.
Pretty much.
Okay, well, yeah, that did take a little while, but hey, it happens. Next up on the board.
So what do we call this?
Kisame wins.
No.
That's what we call it.
No.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. Hey, you know what? Fine, motherfucker, you have it. But we're doing a rematch. We're gonna do a Toby Rama versus Kisame Part 2. I'm gonna do a lot of research, and it's gonna be a Part 2.
All right. When I kick your ass, don't be surprised, and don't be bitching about it either.
Wait, another thing. Wait. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. All right, we got four topics left. Now, I don't know how long these are gonna take. I do not want them taking a long time, which is the problem. Like I would.
These probably won't. Honestly, the only one that would probably take a little bit is the second one after the one after this one.
All right. And when we're done with these, I probably not. I mean,
If you want to go to bed, that's fine. I don't blame you. It's probably going to be 11 o'clock by the time we're finished.
Well, I mean, not bad. I mean, like we can. I still feel like playing zombies, but like I don't feel like streaming after. That makes any sense.
Oh, I got you.
Like if you know you want to play some zombies after.
Yeah, I can play some zombies after.
All right, let's move on to the next topic.
All right, so the next topic, drum roll, please, Pop. All right, good enough. Is Sasori versus Datara. Which one of them is stronger? So this is not a death battle. This is a talking about which one of them is stronger.
You know what, man? Listen, I like both of these guys so much, but
So do I. I love them both.
this was. I think I got a pretty good amount of knowledge on this because I know both of these guys really well. This is tough. Well, I mean, I don't know where to begin. I think I'll take the lead on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to start off by saying that Deidara did admit in the beginning of Shippuden that Sasori was stronger than him, but you know, obviously, like he could have been saying this like to be humble, or like to, you know, to respect him because like he's like his senior or higher up or superiority. But I don't know. I genuinely felt like Deidara may have meant that. I kind of would want to say this could go both ways. Cause fucking listen, Iron Sand will be a big fucking problem for Datara to deal with. Sasori will be shooting him from the sky. That could take Datara down. Datara has fucking explosive birds. He could fucking shoot it at Sasori. I don't know if Sasori can protect himself from those explosions with Iron Sand alone. With how big those explosions are, like, I'm not sure.
How many Datara can throw?
Yeah, and how many he can throw, like, I don't know if Sasori will be able to defend himself with it. I think he can shoot it down though. Like if he can fucking shoot it down with Iron Sand. Like if Data try throwing like big birds, like I can really see fucking Sasori doing some fucking guard shit. Maybe not guard shit, but taking two big Iron Sand blocks, fucking destroying those birds. And on top of the fact that like Sasori's one move for fucking shooting the Iron Sand bullets, I can easily see that taking down Datara. Fucking Datara, Sasori has so many puppets. If he uses 100 move puppets, they could try and they can go after Datara. A lot of those puppets will get destroyed. But, you know, I mean, well, I don't know how far those puppets can fly in the air, though. Because I've seen in one filler, and this is when Sasori destroyed that country. Because, remember how Sasori destroyed the country, right?
Yeah.
And there was a filler that covered it. And the puppets, his 100 puppets were able to fly everywhere. That is a filler, but I kind of would want to count it as canon because I'm pretty sure that his puppets should be able to fly around the air like that. Like Datara can shoot birds at him. Sasori will be able to fucking defend it a little bit, fight a bit with his fucking Iron Sand blocks, and at the same time, like he will be attacking fucking Datara in the sky with so many puppets, poison needles, Iron Sand. I could really see
Pop, I think you're misinterpreting the topic. We're talking about who's stronger, not who wins in a fight.
What I thought, but how is that not the same thing?
Because we're discussing which one of them is stronger than the other, not who kills another in a fight.
Well, with who's stronger than one another, that kind of goes like who would win in a fight. Yeah, but if you want,
Not
I mean,
entirely.
if you want to take it towards that route, we can do that too.
That's what I wanted to do. So I wanted this to be more like a discussion rather than a fight video.
Okay, I'll let you take the lead on this one then.
Yeah, so Sasori and Datara. Yeah, it's true. You did say Datara did say at the beginning that Sasori is stronger, but I think that's more so his respect for him coming out and like his humbleness, like you were touching on. I just think that was more so his side coming out saying, "Oh yeah, you're stronger. You know, he's better than me. He's stronger than me." You know, stuff like that. Because Sasori was a senior, and Datara took mad respect to that, and he was humble, very humbled to Sasori, except when it came to art. So when it comes to proving their strength, you have to consider the things that they've done. So when it comes to taijutsu, obviously they're both pretty shit. Because Datara doesn't really. I mean, they're both like distance fighters. Sasori uses a puppet to do his fight, or a puppet or puppets to do his fighting, and Datara uses his clay to do his fighting. So you kind of have to come into terms with like their strength and like the things that they've done. So what things has Datara done to prove like how powerful he is? So I'll start off with like his most powerful attack. So Datara's most powerful attack is that he causes a 10-kilometer wide explosion that pretty much decimates anything in its path, unless you're Sasuke. Then you have enough plot armor to save yourself. Um, if you're anybody but Sasuke with plot armor, then in that case, you're gonna die. Um, Sasori, his greatest achievement, or his greatest power, or his greatest feat, was killing the third Kazekage. Is that the one who has the Iron Sand?
Yep.
However, there is an asterisk at that because it is widely debated if he ambushed him, fought him outright, poisoned him. Nobody knows how he killed the third Kazekage, and nobody knows how that happened. And one day, the third Kazekage just disappeared. So we don't know what Sasori did, and they never touched on it, and they never showed it. So you can mark that as an achievement, but there has to be an asterisk on it because we don't know how it happened. Now, in terms of raw destruction power, I personally think Datara wins that battle. Simply because it's far easier for him to drop bombs. And it's far easier for him to drop bombs and do destruction than it is for Sasori to control his puppets and work from there. But there is also an asterisk at that because it determines on how you determine, destructive power. So obviously, Datara has his C4 Karuda, his C2 that he dropped on the Sand Village, which Gaara blocked with that massive mountain of sand, which would later end up being his defeat because that tired him out so much that Datara was able to slip in those birds past his defenses. Sasori, well, what does Sasori have? Well, he's going back to puppets, of course. So he has his, what's his tank puppet called that he hides in?
Hiruko,
right. So he has Hiruko, and then he has the 100 puppets technique, and then he has a water and fire, but I don't think the fire was shown in the manga. I think it was just in the anime, but we'll call it both. And he had another scroll that he did not use. Now, it's widely talked about, or it was widely talked about at the time when it was discovered, but absolutely no one knows what was inside of that scroll, and Kishimoto never mentioned it or talked about it. It's been theorized that there is possibly another jutsu in there that he was working on, maybe hadn't perfected yet. Maybe it was another puppet. Nobody knows. So, unfortunately, as much as we would have loved to see every aspect of Sasori's power and everything in his arsenal, I don't think we were shown that in this fight. We were shown a lot of things, sure, but I don't think I mean, obviously, we were not shown every last thing that we could see. Pop, is there anything you want to throw in here?
Yeah, man. I think they did Sasori dirty, and in Shippuden, I don't think he should have went out like that. He definitely should have stayed a little longer than that. I mean, come on, bro. Definitely a lot longer than fucking like somebody like Heat on, bro. Fuck. What else I want to say? We haven't seen the rest of what his other scrolls can do. I don't think we've seen his true fighting capability because obviously he was holding back in that fight with Sakura and Shio, which that is a fact because Shio did say in the beginning that if he really wanted to try, like he could have killed both of them, but he decided not to because he had feelings towards his grandma. Yeah, like we've never really seen his true like full strength in a battle, or as in like with Data, like we've seen what Data, like we've seen Data's full strength. I mean,
We've seen every part of his kit.
Like that dude was pissed off against fucking Sasuke. He threw out this motherfucker killed himself for trying to kill Sasuke, bro.
He killed himself because Sasuke didn't like his art.
Like we know everything that Data can do. And with that being said, like, Sasuke, like we haven't seen like his full just full fighting potential. And of course, like Data is stronger in terms of raw power. It's based off the explosions alone. But raw power doesn't always equate to like who would win in the fight. Alright, and we're not talking about I guess who would win in the fight, we're talking about who's stronger. I guess technically you would say Datara because of raw power, but I think Sasori, I think he has more. What do you say? Sasori has more tools in arsenal?
Yeah, I'd say so. Datara's clay covers a lot, so obvious. Well, I'd say Datara's clay is very versatile. So he can make clay birds, he can make clay fish, he can fight in land and in air. Versatility wise, I'd say maybe it's a tie, but it depends on how you would consider a tie. Because I don't know like the maximum length of Sasori's puppets and how far they can go. Because Datara, if like they fly in the air, if they go underground, or if they go into like water, Datara can have something to go after them. As to where Sasori, I don't know.
Wait, who can go underwater?
Datara's clay.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I think.
Remember, he used fish to take out the three tails.
The three tails. Yeah. I mean, this situation, they're not fighting on water, so I mean, like that wouldn't be like I guess like a topic, but like a.
I'm just talking about like versatility wise. Like
versatility.
The amount of different situations that they'd be able to cover if something were to happen. So let's say Sasori had to get into an air fight, how far up could his puppets realistically go? Which I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've seen in the anime, or like in that one film, like his puppets were going really, like his puppets were flying all over the place. Well, I mean, it is a filler, but I don't know.
So his puppets might have been going all over the place, but like air-wise, how high up can they go? Because Datara can go into like the fucking stratosphere with his shit, as we saw in Shippuden when he was fighting against like Onoki. When I should say his reincarnated self, but I would assume he could do it with his regular self, with his birds to go that high when he was fighting against Onoki and his granddaughter in midair.
Yeah, probably I would assume definitely not as high as his puppets will not fly or go as high as fucking Data can go. I think probably like mid-range in the air.
Okay. So versatility, I definitely see. I'd say versatility is probably a tie between them, just because we don't know like we don't know the extent of Sasori's puppets. We don't know the extent of Sasori's puppets when it comes to different battling environments. We've only seen him fight in sand, which he beat Kankuro's ass in, and we've seen him fight in like normal terrain, like rocks and that type of shit. So I wouldn't say we haven't seen what he can do in those other environments like we have seen with Datara.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Sasori fight in the cave, the rocks and the sand. Assuming I would say let's say the fight took place where Datara fought fucking Sasuke. I think it's a grass terrain. I wouldn't see why Sasori wouldn't be able to do well.
Yeah.
I'll
probably say versatility is probably a tie.
Yeah, versatility is tie. Raw power goes to Datara. I would want to say Sasori has. There's something that Sasori has over Datara, but I can't.
Strategy.
Strategy. I don't know. They're both pretty smart. I wouldn't know if I could argue that either of them are smarter than each other. I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
I would argue that Sasori is smarter because he's not like Data in the sense to where he allows his
emotions
and ego to get in the way.
Yeah. With that being, I'll give definitely give that as a Sasori. Datara's hot-headed. I think he can be a little way too aggressive. Sometimes he really doesn't play as smart. I mean, we saw what happened when he was fighting Sasuke, which is a big point.
Dude lost his fucking cool.
He lost his fucking mind. Sasori's a cool, level-headed shinobi. So, if we were to sum it up, how would we rate this?
I think it comes very fucking close, but I think Datara barely squeaks out by having the advantage. Because we haven't seen Sasori when it comes to different terrain, I consider it comes down to just versatility. And versatility in different situations is king, because you never know what environment you're going to be fighting in. So to be able to have specialties for each environment is important. But I think that's what gives Datara the very narrow victory, just like a smidge.
I would agree with that. And again, this is not really saying who will win a fight because raw strength is and everything, but yeah, I'd say Datara definitely has. I think he's a little stronger than Sasori. That's our conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's a one-sided type deal. It comes very close, and it has to come very close, where the winner just barely squeaks out, just barely, by a smidge.
No, if Datara decide to go C0 and fucking kill himself, I mean, he's killing himself and Sasori.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right. So, can I get a drum roll for the next one, Mr. Pop? Perfect drum roll. So, the next topic is going to be...
What is
the strongest jutsu in Naruto?
I'm gonna say right away, and this came in my head immediately, and there's a lot of fucking jutsus in Naruto, and I don't know if you want to include Boruto, dude, there are so many fucking jutsus, but to me, what came to my head immediately was Infinite Tsukuyomi, personally.
Yeah, I'd consider that to be the second strongest jutsu in the entire anime.
What do you think is the first?
Not obvious, Pop? It is clearly
Tak no Jutsu.
Not even Tak no Jutsu is stronger than this ability. You want to know what it is?
Can I get a hint?
No.
I don't know.
From a character you really love.
A character I really... Infinite Tsuku Noodle?
Yes! The infinite Suko noodle, cast by the Sage of Six Bowls himself.
Alright, that case, bro, like, come on, man. Everybody who watches Naruto knows, and like, this is just common sense. The Sage of Six Bowls Tucci, man, is the strongest character in the whole goddamn series. Fuck the Infinite Sukunoodle. What the fuck is an Infinite Sukunoodle? I know it's an Infinite Sukunoodle. When he casts that Infinite Sukunoodle, ramen bowls get sent into the sky. Okay?
Very true.
Like ramen noodles, like he sends out noodles of death. Now, Weedle, I know you know more about the Infinite Sukunoodle more than me. So go into detail about the Infinite Sukunoodle.
Give me one moment. So for those curious, if I have them pulled up here, this is the infinite Suko noodle. This is the Sage of Six Bowls. More powerful than Naruto, more powerful than Sasuke. Koichi, the Sage of Six Bowls. Now, this jutsu is said and many heard of only in legend. Kishimoto himself has even only said this once when he was robbed and kidnapped and held for ransom and forced to release this information to these kidnappers. The infinite Suko noodle is said to work slightly similar to the infinite Tsukuyomi, but only much more stronger. The Sage of Six Bowls himself turns himself, actually does not turn himself, he takes Kaguya and he turns her into the most delicious bowl of ramen any man can taste. Only the true of heart and of will may be able to eat it. But it is said that once the Sage of Six Bowls casts this unto Kaguya herself, and she's transformed into the ramen, he will sacrifice himself. He will give his life to transform her into the perfect bowl of ramen. Now, how the Shippuden was supposed to end was Taiuchi coming out as the Sage of Six Bowls to stop Kaguya one last time for Naruto. And as he lay dying, the bowl of noodles, the perfect noodles, gets teleported back to Ichiraku Ramen for Naruto to stay perfectly fresh and warm until he gets back after the war. And it will stay there, waiting for him. And as Naruto reacts just like he did to Jiraiya's death, he walks into Ichiraku and he sees that last bowl there. And it says, from Toichi to Naruto, I always believed in you. And the way the Shippuden ended is Naruto picking up his chopsticks and eating that last bowl of ramen as the screen fades to black and the Sage of Six Bowls is shown one last time, blessing everybody as the show ends.
Oh, some wonderful.
And that,
I'm sorry, go on.
and that was how the anime was supposed to end, with the Sage of Six Bowls. Sorry, Pop, you can go now.
Listen, man, that was beautiful poetry by Misty, you know what I'm saying? That was really supposed to be the true ending of the Sage of Six Bowls, but the Sage of Six Bowls unfortunately had to go by a bitch nigga rule named Masashi Kishimoto, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Kishimoto. Kishimoto's my number one, I'm his number one fan. But yes, the Sage of Six Bowls knows all. That was beautiful poetry by Mist. That was a real ending of Naruto. One of the real cast of Naruto. Legend has it that if you go into Masashi Kishimoto's office, that is the original script of the ending of Naruto Shippuden. And Boruto really shouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Infinite Sukunoodle is the strongest jutsu of all time. Any disagreements, Miss? No disagreements?
No disagreements there, Pop.
Next
No disagreements at all.
Next slide. Infinite Sukunoodle rules all.
Infinite Super Noodle rules all, my friend.
That's
I get a
like-
drum roll for the next slide. We got 6 Paths of Pain versus Orange Mask Obito.
I'm gonna take the lead on this one yet again, sir. If you do not mind.
Go right ahead, my friend. Go right ahead.
Listen, Orange Mask Obito, like not Toby, but Obito like being serious. Obito fucking listen. Obito was gonna fucking kill him, and I wanna listen. I wanna say like I'm gonna say like based on let's say Obito fought Pain in the end. Let's say like he actually fought Pain. They were both in the Akatsuki. They both knew each other's abilities. But here's the thing. Even Pain and Conan, they really didn't. I mean, Conan like figured out Conan figured out his ability, but Obito still fucked her. Not in that way. You know what I mean? And
You know what's weird? Your voice sounds a lot deeper right now.
what, like a lot deeper than it normally does.
Yeah. It sounds like a fuck ton deeper.
What the am I going through puberty again?
It sounds like you have a voice changer on. Like that's how bad it is.
I gotta listen to it through stream. Cause I might be going through I might be going through puberty again, bro. Said Pop's body is more different. I gotta listen back to the stream. But listen.
Or tune in, like listen to my stream, or I guess listen to yours.
Let me see. I gotta open it up.
Shouldn't you already have my stream open since you're my moderator, Pop?
Yeah, but I'm lazy.
You're my moderator, Pop.
Yeah, but I'm lazy. What the fuck?
I know, right?
I think, wait, my voice is deep, but it doesn't sound like that.
I know, right? It's crazy.
So I sound like fucking Darth, do I sound like Darth Vader?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, maybe yeah, I'm there.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
I
Hey,
told you.
oh god. Puberty, listen.
Yeah.
Puberty times 2. Before you get any other says, Conan figured out his ability. I don't think Pain really did. I mean, Pain knew what he could do, but he didn't really understand like Obito's real how Kamui worked. You know what I mean? He didn't know like it worked like for real. So he wouldn't know how to bypass that. What I think what happens is that Obito would Kamui each has the pain into the fucking his dimension, and just fucking like that would be pretty much it. They'd be fucking trapped in his dimension, and fucking I don't know, just butt fuck. I know there's another way fucking Obito would beat his ass, but I don't know. Do you wanna give him your say?
I think I agree. I think Obito would win. What do you think would happen if Pain tried to like pull Obito with his Shinra Tensei?
It wasn't Shinra. I mean, I think it was revert. Like no, it's not Shinra Tensei. It's I forgot what it was called. It was like the reverse. Like he pulled the
Yeah, it's like a reverse pull.
Yeah, reverse pull. I'm pretty
Or
sure
universal pull, maybe.
Yeah, universal pull. I'm pretty sure Kamui should be able to bypass that, bro. Because he's making himself intangible with Kamui. So I don't see how that would affect him. Like I said, like, the 6 pairs of pair, I really just see fucking Obito just fucking sucking them all into his dimension. Like, that's literally all I see.
fair.
Do you want to, like, I don't know, how do you see, like, how do you see this going down? How do you see Obito beating him?
Honestly, he would probably just like you say, he would teleport each one of the pain. He would handle it just like he did with Danzo's two fellas. He would teleport each one of them individually into the realm of like into his realm. You'd get the one who can bring him back to life first, and then after he's down, everybody else just falls after that. So.
You wanna know what's really fucking funny too? Remember when fucking Obito confronted Kabuto?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking funny because when fucking Kabuto pulled out all the fucking Edo Akatsuki, including Nagato, Obito was like, alright, you might got some shit, but motherfucker, I don't care if you got the whole Akatsuki. Motherfucker, I'm ready to throw down. I don't give a fuck what Akatsuki you got. But as soon as he pulled out Madara, bro, that's when he was shitting bricks. He was like, fuck the Akatsuki. I don't give a fuck about the Akatsuki. How did this nigga get Madara? So it goes as though like he was not afraid. He was not fucking afraid at all to fight the whole Akatsuki, including Nagato. Like, and it wasn't until fucking Madara showed up. And that's when he was shitting bricks.
True. Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with you there.
And you still see what Brain could do. I don't know, maybe Chibaku Tensei. This is like I said again, man. Like fucking Obito.
He just hides and then he just goes into his Kamui dimension.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't see what fucking Pain can do. I mean, we saw what Conan. Obviously, we saw what Conan did. Fucking Obito, but that's because she had the elemental advantage. Because of her surroundings, because the fucking 1 billion paper bomb trap, she like if Conan just fought her in plain field, Obito would have killed her with ease.
True.
And Obito underestimated Conan too. He would not underestimate Pain. He would beat Pain, but he would not underestimate Pain the same way he underestimated Conan. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't see what Pain does. Swag Kage talked about this too. Like, I mean, I don't know. What would be everything else is like, bro?
Yeah, I don't think Pain would have any answers to fucking Obito is just Kamui. He would not have any answers to it. There's nothing that they've ever shown to where he could have where he would have answers for it. There's just none. Like, there's nothing stopping Obito from just taking them one by one and just to the Kamui dimension and killing them. Like, there's not anything.
Next.
Yeah. So on to the last topic for tonight. Hope your most epic drum roll, please. Akatsuki versus Madara.
No, are we talking about the Madara that fought Hashirama at the end?
Yes.
This is interesting. Now, a lot of people say this Madara would shit on the whole Akatsuki, which I do see happening. Like, I can see how Madara would have some trouble. Now, and it depends on who we include. If we include fucking Obito, and would we want to include an Orochimaru?
Obito is included.
Would we want to include Orochimaru?
We could. I mean, he technically was part of the Akatsuki. So if you were the Akatsuki, right? How would you fight Madara if you were the Akatsuki? What would your battle plan be?
Wait, so if I was Madara, how would I fight the Akatsuki?
No, if you were the Akatsuki, how would you fight Madara?
Okay, if I was the Akatsuki, okay, I'm assuming I would be Obito. I would tell everybody, listen to everybody.
You are the leader, and they will all listen to you, no matter no matter what you say. You will listen to all. They will all listen to you.
Listen, everybody, drop your panties and get to the ground. Cause me and Madara, we're about to start the Infinite Super Yomi. See, all motherfuckers gotta listen. Nah, okay, no, I'm just kidding. But no, for real, this is interesting. Hmm.
I already know my battle plan.
It's hard to say how I would start, to be honest. So I'll just pass it on to you, bro.
All right. So my entire battle plan is going to revolve around a few different. The main key element is going to be Hidan. I know that's weird, right? So the main key element to this plan working will be Hidan, and this is the only chance I actually see the Akatsuki having. So we're gonna fuck off with Hidan, and he's gonna be put in a location far away from the battlefield, like far as fuck away from the battlefield. Toby is going to be able to teleport to wherever the fuck Hidan is away from the battlefield. Because he's going to know where he's at, right? The plan is going to consist of getting any drop of blood from Madara that you can. Any drop. One drop, that's all we need. Now, I think Madara is very, very confident in his abilities. And as we saw against the Hokage that he went against, the Kage that he went against, he can be an overconfident motherfucker with good reason, though. And if they were able to get a drop of blood, that's all I need. Because if we get a drop of blood, we give it to Obito. Like if it's on a kunai, if it's on anything, give it to Obito. Obito teleports to fucking Hidan, and Hidan does his ritual and he kills Madara by stabbing himself in the heart. Now,
I heard that
that's
before.
the only way I see us winning.
I definitely heard that before. You know, I've heard that one before. That sounds familiar. I guess one way to see Madara winning is well, let's see. I feel like I think he would do himself a good service by fucking wiping out the fodder. And as much as I love my boys, wait, how about this? What if Data used C0 on Madara? Susanoo.
Do you think his perfect form Susanoo would be able to withstand that?
I definitely think so, because Hashirama dished out a lot of fucking shit against Madara. He did the 1,000 hands thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that will protect him against the fucking C0. I don't know, maybe Obito could fucking transport him and get him into a fucking portal, and him and Data could kill himself inside the portal? Could Madara? I don't know. I think Madara's best bet would be wipe out the fodder. Hidan.
Who's the fodder?
Hidan can't die, but he can't be kept. Okay, he needs to kill Kakuzu. Kakuzu probably wouldn't be able to do shit against fucking Madara, obviously. Once he kills Kakuzu, he could decapitate Hidan, and nobody is capable of restitching Hidan's head besides Kakuzu. So Hidan is out the picture. I love my boy Sasori, but Sasori is total fodder. He would burn him like a fucking burnt puppet. And Conan is fodder. Itachi? See, the thing
But
with
that Tochika Blade Yata mirror, though.
Mario be flying in the air, fucking dropping bombs, fucking Yasaka beads on fucking Itachi around. And then Pain has the fucking 6 pairs of Pain one. I honestly could kind of see how the Akatsuki could win. But you know, it's not really, I don't know, in my opinion, like it's not really, I don't know, it's not really clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
So,
I looked it up too, and I've seen somebody said you can't touch Obito. Obito could sneak up and get a drop of blood to bring the heat on, who could his way in the Kamui dimension, which
yeah,
Hidan could kill him.
fuck being a long way. Yeah, could just be in the Kamui dimension, true.
Pain could also use the Shinra Tensei to throw Mara out of his Susanoo? That's what somebody said. I don't think fucking Shinra
Well, I
Tensei.
mean, technically, you can pull him out of the Susanoo. Gaara did it.
We're not a fucking Shinra Tensei. Dara had to fucking. He had to use sand to pull him out. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, but the Shinra Tensei would pull Madara out because you're creating a magnetic field or something like that, and like you're pulling Madara towards it, so he'd be pulled out of the Susanoo. I suppose that's how they're saying it would work. Because if Gaara can pull him out with his sand, there's no reason not to believe that he couldn't be pulled out if they could create a force inside of his Susanoo that would act as like a magnet to pull him out, which is what I think the universal pull is.
Bro, I see a post saying that even Edo Tensei Madara with the Rinnegan will lose against the Akatsuki.
No, he would fucking smash him into oblivion. There's no reason why I wouldn't believe he
Somebody
would.
said the Akatsuki, this guy said the Akatsuki will destroy any version of Madara except for Ten Tails Madara. That's fucking retarded.
I don't think they could beat him if he has the Rinnegan. But if we're talking about just the EMS Madara, which fought Hashirama at the Final Valley, I think they could beat him.
Could you see EMS Madara beating them in return?
Oh, for sure. I could see ways of how they would. It would 100% depend on how they go about the planning of it. If they plan it like how I said, then with like Obito going for like the Kamui dimension, taking those like small amount of blood, getting back inside the Kamui dimension, well, there's not much they're going to be able to do, or Madara is going to be able to do about that. Yeah, we also should talk about the strengths of the Akatsuki too, because Madara is a beast within his own fucking level. But we also need to discuss like the players of the Akatsuki as well. So you have Kisame and Itachi. Let's start off with them. So Kisame, the tailed beast. He has a bunch of his own fucking powers, and he's able to steal chakra. Now, Kisame might have an ocean of chakra, but Madara, I'm assuming he has like a fucking planet of chakra to use. So there's plenty of chances there for him to steal chakra from Madara. And go like full one tail against him. Or not one tail, but no tail against him. Itachi, his strength is going to be Susanoo, Yatamir, and the Totsuka Blade. Everything else, he's going to get fucking wiped in no matter what. The Yatamir would be pulling fucking heavy with Itachi because that makes pretty much any attack against it useless. Datara, maybe his like C2, like maybe a C2 dragon or like that fucking C3 or C4 was it? His C4 Karuda could also be good. that bomb he dropped over the Sand Village could also be good as well for helping, smash against Madara's armor. But I think the C2 Dragon would be a nice addition here to help, just keep pounding against his like Susanoo shield, help distract them. Kakuzu, he's gonna have his 4 elemental fucking masks shooting at Madara. I don't know if they're gonna do if they're gonna do damage, if any at all. Zetsu has his plants, because I'm gonna go with Black Zetsu in this. So Black Zetsu has like plants and like wood style he can use. Or maybe not wood style. I don't really know what Black Zetsu uses. I just remember he was pulling up like roots and shit to like tangle people in. So that's what I'm basing it off of. And then, would you say we would get the 6 paths of pain, or we would get Nagato?
I'd say just pain. Just regular Katsuki pain.
Okay. So 6 paths of pain also. Obviously, you have the Shinra Tensei, you have the fucking planetary devastation. If they send in pain first and he uses his village, like his Shinra Tensei, we haven't seen the maximum damage he could do with it. We saw like the most powerful one he did was the one where he used it against like the whole village. But we haven't seen one to where like he used like his maximum damage yet. Like we haven't seen the cap for that. Like what's like the most damage he can do with that yet. The most we've seen is just village destroying, but who knows how much further it can go beyond that. So I would assume he would also use a fucking gigantic ass Shinra planetary or Shinra Tensei against Madara. And then he also has, if it gets to close quarters combat, he has one that can absorb all ninjutsu that Madara throws. Oh, sorry. Not all close quarter combat, but like if Madara throws jutsu, he has the Path of Pain that can absorb all ninjutsu. Minus the Sage Jutsu. He can absorb some, but not all of it. Pain that can bring the souls back to anybody who dies as well. So I'd probably put that one in the Kamui dimension, and if anybody goes down, bring them in so he can bring them back. Let's see. You have the Animal Path, which I think could do some. I think being able to create all those animals attacking Madara and like all those different things attacking Madara, I think would also be very important as well. And then the Soul Ripper path wouldn't do shit, in my opinion. Unless like they kill Madara or Madara's like laying dying, they just want to tear his soul out for no reason. That's the only thing I could guess. And then you have the weapon one. Like the living weapon. He would be useful, I think. I don't think he'd do a lot of damage. He'd kind of be like Datara, to where he's like just throwing a bunch of attacks against Madara's shields to try and like distract him. Assuming he goes like full Susanoo right away. And then, like I said, with Hidan, he's not going to do shit. He's not even going to get close to Madara. Actually, Madara would probably just use Genjutsu on Hidan to fucking take him out from a distance if he doesn't just fucking one-shot him with anything else. But Hidan would be sitting in the Kamui dimension and just waiting for Obito to come with that drip of blood. Be at the ready to fucking take that blood in and kill Madara. That's how I would go about planning it. Or that's like that'd be what the plan is based around. But I would love to see like what would happen like with the Susanoo, like with everybody barraging it, if Kisame is going at him also, while he's like going full shark form with the water dome as well.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, like I could see this going like in multiple ways. Like because a lot of people tend to be one-sided and would think, oh, with that many Akatsuki members, like they will totally fuck Madara, or oh, this is the Madara that fought Hashirama. he will fuck the whole Akatsuki. Like it ain't that simple. Like it can really go both ways. And
Oh wait, I read something because I was curious. So the Susanoo, if you didn't know, it's the Susanoo is an ability only granted to those who awaken the powers of both of their Mangekyo Sharingans. Once activated by the user, it creates a gigantic humanoid being of pure chakra that surrounds the user and fights on the user's level. Does that mean if you have somebody who can absorb chakra, like Pain and Kisame, does that mean they would be able to absorb the Susanoo in some sort of way, or how the fuck does that work?
yeah, they can absorb the Susanoo because remember the Susanoo is made on a chakra.
I want to look this up real quick. I want to see if there's anything about this. Okay, so actually, the way that I think one of the better ways that Akatsuki could win this is if Kisame launches his water shark bomb jutsu, like that gigantic shark bomb, and if Madara throws any of his jutsu at it, it just simply gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And then when it finally collides against that Susanoo, it's going to get way fucking big because it's absorbing all that chakra in it. So there are actually a lot of ways here. Like everybody's willing to dismiss it right away and just say, "Oh, Madara would win 100%." But there's actually a lot of ways here the Akatsuki could pull it off.
Yeah.
But the most successful way, in my opinion, would be just having Obito fucking pluck a little bit of blood from him, and then escape into Kamui, and then he's just dead.
Very true. A lot of different scenarios.
But I think it'd be a lot closer of a battle than people would. It would be a lot closer of a battle than people say it would be. Like even if like they didn't go with the Hedon strategy, I think people misunderestimate all the powers of the Akatsuki put together. I think they just underestimated too much. So I think it'd be a lot closer, and I think either side could really win. There's just too many factors it would have to come down to, but there's definitely a lot of ways the Akatsuki could pull off an upset.
What's one way Madara could beat them? I know he can. I'm just trying to wrap my head around. Like that would be. I know he can't beat them.
Sorry, did you say how could they beat them?
How could he beat them?
Um, I'm trying to think. I don't know because I don't know how he's going to deal with Obito's Kamui dimension. I have no idea how he's going to deal with that. I have no idea how he's going to deal with Itachi's Yatamir and Totsuka Blade. I don't know how he's going to deal with Kisame launching his super huge water shark bomb at him while in his like fucking tailed beast mode state with the fucking thunderdome of water around him, while also being pulverized by Datara's bombs and Kakuzu's elementals, and probably Conan summoning a bunch of paper bombs, though I don't know how much damage those would really do, while also having to take on Pain's weapon path, having to deal with Shinra Tensei, having to deal with being pulled out of his Susanoo. I don't know how he's going to deal with all that, to be honest. The only way I really see him winning is if like he just completely just catches him off guard right away, goes full Susanoo and like launches his sword at them before really anybody could react. Aside from that, I just don't see how the fuck he would like. I actually don't really see how he would win.
That's pretty fair, especially in this matter. Now, if we talk about like Oh, Tensei Madara and fucking Jubi Dara, that's all fucking
Yeah,
different.
then
He
no,
fucking,
they're not winning.
he could fucking have both of his eyes closed and he would fucking go to sleep and shit on them. But with that being said, man, I think that pretty much sums it up. I mean, like that was an interesting topic. We had some pretty interesting topics today. We finished off all the topics. I definitely want to do this again because there's definitely a lot more other scenarios / battles we can think of. That fucking Kisame and fucking Toby Rama should took a long ass time.
True.
Oh, is there anything else you want to add on?
Not that I can think of.
I think we shall close it all right here.
Yeah, had a lot of fun. I mean, it's a lot of very thought provoking, and it makes you think like, in what ways could everything go down? You know, the way you'd want them to. You know, how would you strategize against this or that? So, a lot of different ways to go about these fights, and a lot of different ways they could turn out. So it's fun to discuss them, and yeah, so had a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing this again, and anybody ever has any suggestions they want to throw our way or anything like that, feel free. But yeah, had a lot of fun.
Me too. I don't know if anybody's still watching my stuff. If anybody's still watching, please put down more suggestions and of what else we can cover and commentate. It was definitely thought provoking. It was definitely used my brain a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I had a little bit of a brain aneurysm today, but that's not a full time. Well, on my side of the stream, I guess that wraps it up for tonight's stream. And with that being said, we'll come up with some new shit